Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another Division 2 video, and yes, I'm a little bit late to the party. I know there's a bunch of people over on Twitter, and of course here in the YouTube world that may have already reported on the entire state of the game for June 26, 2019, but all the stuff in Title Update 5 that they revealed so far is too good not to go ahead and throw on this channel to go ahead and share with you guys, because as a Division YouTuber, it is my duty to go ahead and share the good stuff with each and every single one of you. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and go down the list. There's a pretty hefty list of a lot of things to go ahead and jump through, and man, some of it is just freaking awesome. So first things first, starting on Monday, July 1st, for those of you over on PC, the PTS is going to be going live once again with Title Update 5. This is going to include a bunch of new changes. It's going to be in waves, just like the last PTS was, to try and make sure they have plenty of time to focus on certain things with plenty of test time to get as much data as possible. So if you have the ability to jump in, this PTS is extremely important for a lot of people, especially those who want to try and make skills the best they can be. Now, with that being said, that's the next big part of this. Skill builds are about to get a buff. They're about to get a little bit of an overhaul. If you want to use skill power and skills in this game, you're about to see a humongous change in your favor. Damage output is going to be huge on a lot of these things now, rather that be like turrets, the drones, the turret drone, the bombardier drone, the shield, and how much damage it can take. Seeker mines, just it's insane to go ahead and jump into this. So sit back, relax, and skill players just enjoy this information because it's freaking awesome. First things first, say you're running around with a seeker and you throw one down and you go, oh man, that's just not doing enough damage, right? Well, now when Title Update 5 launches, imagine having a seeker on the ground with no additional mods dropping over 100k damage before you even put something like explosive damage or skilled power damage or any of that stuff. I mean, it just, that's insane. All right. So being able to start farming for skill power and cooldown reduction, that's a whole nother situation. Cooldown reduction is now changing into skill haste, and I'll explain that more a little bit in just a second. But just the sheer damage increase on a lot of these things is going to make it so that if you throw a seeker mine out and it goes out there and you're shooting your gun, the explosion plus your gun is going to almost always kill an enemy, including an elite. So it's really going to help in that scenario. But next thing on the list, what about something along the lines of a turret? Imagine throwing a turret on the ground and each bullet is doing an amount of 24,000 plus damage before adding mods. I mean, that is a huge increase, and I love it. I can't wait to go ahead and see this in action in the PTS. Next, we're going to have two brand new weapons making their way over into Title Update 5. We're going to have the Carbine 7 Assault Rifle and a brand new LMG that I'm totally spacing on what the name is. Hopefully someone will throw that down in the comments below. If you know it, please share it with the community. And we have a brand new exotic weapon being thrown in called the Diamondback Rifle. To me, it looks ugly as hell. I'm not a fan of throwing like a snake around the thing. I'm all about having awesome weapons that look cool in something like Destiny. But in the Division, the Eagle Bearer looks all right. I think it still has a true gun look to it. It doesn't alter it too much by having like the eagle on the barrel and stuff like that. But how much they throw this snake around the entire rifle is just a little... it's too much. It's overkill. But yeah, moving forward with more exotics. How about the exotic gloves? They're going to be making their way into Title Update 5 as well. They are called the BTSU gloves. Yeah, I mean, this thing is definitely going to go ahead and try and create some unique hybrid skill builds where you're going to be using a lot of offensive and defensive and popping certain perks with extra damage, and it's just going to be crazy to see how that happens and how you unlock it. Maybe we'll figure that out in the PTS as well. We'll have to see, or maybe they'll just have them available for us to test out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, speaking of exotics, this is the other big thing that a lot of you might be interested in, because not everyone has all the exotics, and that's totally understandable. Some of them are completely ridiculous to try and farm. You may miss it on a certain week. Getting the Nemesis is always on a rotation. Things like that, or you may not have found that one piece you need for the Chatterbox. Well, fear no more, all right? This is how this is going to work from this day forward. As long as you have the blueprint for an exotic, So think of the Liberty, the Chatterbox. The Holster doesn't really have a blueprint. The Nemesis has one. So just think of those three for an example there. If you have those blueprints, and I don't mean the upgrades, you can head on over to a tier 4 boss control point. Anything that's going to give you a tier 4 boss, and you're going to have a chance to get one of those exotics to drop from the loot pool. And it's only for exotics that have blueprints and you have them unlocked in your crafting table. If you don't have the blueprint, it's not part of your loot pool. So those of you wishing and just hoping that the Eagle Bearer might be part of that system, sorry guys, there is no blueprint for the Eagle Bearer. There is only an upgrade, and that's the last piece of information I'm going to be going and throwing at you guys, which is the level 500 exotics are now going to be max rolled. So for all of you out there that may have used exotic component after exotic component, trying to get a better roll, or maybe even making the damage rolls worse on these weapons, don't worry about it. If it's a 500 level exotic, it is now going to become max rolled in Title Update 5. So quit wasting your exotic components. There's no point of doing that any longer. All right. I mean, that's pretty much an entire roundup of the entire state of the game. Sure, I didn't touch on every little single detail. I'm just kind of giving you the main bullet points here, but exotics from tier 4 control points and bosses in the game, I'm all down for it. Skill builds that are actually going to do something awesome for all of those skills, I'm ready for it. And just knowing I have a full damage Eagle Bearer or Pestilence or whatever, that makes me happy too. I mean, I'm really excited to see where things go, and I cannot wait to go hands-on in the PTS to see how this all plays out. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I did want to go ahead and let you all know once again, I've run into a couple of issues here on YouTube, and I'm just trying to salvage what I have left of this channel. I do not want to lose the community that I've built here over the past 8 years. I love you all. I am very, very thankful for everything that you've done for me. If you're a channel member, thanks. If you've been a sub, if you're always commenting, if you're liking, if you're disliking, whatever, thank you very much. And the videos are going to continue, but my streams here have got to stop. I'm very upset about it. It hurts me in my heart. I die on the inside saying it, but yes, I'm becoming a purple dinosaur. All right. I have to stream on Twitch, and I really hope that all of you come on this journey with me. If you're a channel member, you can go ahead and continue supporting my YouTube that way. If you want to become a sub over on Twitch, great. There's that Prime option as well. You don't have to spend a dime. None of that is necessary, okay? Just you being in my chat, you commenting on my videos, liking, and of course, supporting in any way you can. Being part of the Discord is always cool, and just thank you. Overall, I'm more than thankful for what I've built here, and I'm extremely gonna put everything into it and be excited about going to Twitch, and I'm gonna try and make that something just as good as it is here. I'm gonna give it my all, and I promise you it's gonna be just as good or just as bad, however you want to look at it, as it is here. Anywho, like if you haven't, sub if you're new, please follow me over on Twitch. That link is in the description below, and I will see you all in the next video, or possibly in the PTS on Monday. I'm out of here. Peace.